There's 3 mindset changes I made that I think have really benefited my career. And today I want to talk about them. Hi folks, my name is Matthew McMahon. I'm an actor based in Ireland, and welcome to The Scene Doc. This is a podcast series I do where I talk about my journey through the industry and the ins and outs and little stories, all that kind of thing. So yeah, welcome along. One of the areas I really struggled with at the start of my career was the whole notion that this is a business. I think we're so caught up, especially if you're in drama school or you're just starting out in the craft of acting, which is incredibly important, don't get me wrong. But it's so easy to forget that this is also a business, and you're a business. You're a service provider. For so long, my attitude was, I'm an artist, darling, not a businessman. The truth is you're both. So it's so important to have your branding on point. And that means being objective about the roles you can play. So if a casting director was to come across you and they'd never seen you before, you need them to know who you are, basically. Know the type of actor you are, the type of roles that they can put you up for. Like, for example, I'm a dad. I have 3 kids. I tend to get seen for those kind of roles. I also tend to get seen for a lot of professional roles, like teachers, solicitors, guards, that kind of thing as well. So it's knowing that and being objective about that so that your headshots reflect that, the kind of roles you play. Your showreel kind of reflects that as well. Are you the type of actor that tends to get seen for villain roles, like the heavy, the crime boss, that kind of thing? Does your headshot reflect that? Does your showreel reflect that? When you kind of get into that mindset, things tend to change a bit. And it's reflecting that to industry professionals when you're talking to them. Like, these are the roles I tend to get seen for. It's so easy to forget that you're the boss of your own company, essentially, except that the company is you. You are the product you're selling. You are your own CEO. You are your own marketing executive. I used to hate the thought of running a business. I didn't think I had any entrepreneurial skills at all, but you're no different than like a plumber, for example. They're providing a service to fix your sink or your shower. Because I can't do that, so I have to hire one of those to do it. A casting director who's filling roles for a project, be it a film, TV series, piece of theatre, whatever, they hire you to provide that service because your job is to play characters. Who knew? If any of you've watched any of my content, I tend to put out a lot of comedy sketches because that's just the direction I tend to gravitate towards. Point number 2 is, and I don't want it to sound a bit airy-fairy or whatever else, but it's learning to love the journey. And that means in the sense that this industry has so many setbacks. For anyone who's ever been an actor, there's more knockdowns than there is good days. That's just the nature of it. So it's so important to appreciate little things. It's enjoying going to that workshop. It's enjoying going to a film festival and networking with other actors. It's enjoying doing self-tapes. If people have this awful debate, am I an actor if I'm not necessarily getting booked for a job? Anytime you do a self-tape, you're an actor. That's part of the job. And yeah, it can be really discouraging if you don't book the job, but that's part of the journey. In 10 years' time, you could be booking loads of jobs. And that's kind of the way you have to see it. I think it was Bill Gates who said that people overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in 10. And you kind of need to see an acting career like that. It's a marathon. And you got to enjoy that marathon. I'm terrible at running, but I've finally got into the mindset of just enjoy the process. 3 is kind of similar to that. It's appreciate the little wins. The little wins is getting a self-tape. Getting another self-tape from a casting director you filmed for before but didn't necessarily book the role. If you book a student short, for example, celebrate it. It's a role. You're not getting paid for it necessarily, but that's footage you can put towards your showreel. All these little things add up. And again, it kind of goes back to the last point of enjoying the journey, because you celebrate the little wins, you start to enjoy the journey, and before you know it, it's 5 years' time, and God knows where you could be. I mean, I've been in the industry professionally for about, I think it's 5 years now. And like in that 5 years, I haven't made it. but I have experienced things in my career that I never thought I would. I've worked with people I never thought I would. This year I managed to tape for a casting director I've been trying to get on the radar of for a long time. So that's a small win. It's little things. It's so important just to keep the positivity up. So those are just 3 little nitbits I thought I'd mention going into 2025, depending on where you are with your career. Hopefully you find them useful. I do a lot more on this channel, comedy sketches. The odd time I do a bit of a vlog as well. So if you want more, then please subscribe. And I will list all my social media sites on the next bit. And thank you for watching.